Alright, so we still have the same higher time frame. And last week, all we did was have a inside candle, which means we might be ready for a move out of here, I'm thinking. And yeah, nothing on the daily. There's no levels here. Just seems like we're ready to go. Maybe we'll get one more soup. Um, we'll see. Just a little 1 hour per bite there. Just like that. That's revised. So yeah, just looking for this to create a wick on the monthly, which we kind of already are, but on the weekly, it's inside candle. So I look for this weekly fair value gap to be traded into now. Um, and then on the upside we have this this order block up into here after this. So displacement. So yeah, on the weekly we are failing below this. Created S&T there. Yeah, that's basically it for that. Use monthly chart, weekly, same displacements, same inside candle, except we don't have that right there. But this was a gap down area. Yeah. We should try to get to that gap down. 4 hour, we do have a shift here on Qs at least. With two highs, fair value order block inside the gap still. So I think we could still reject this possibly again. Um, for this to be bullish, it makes sense for it to displace through here. So if it soups this, comes back below, that'd be like the last sweep I'd look for to get long into. I don't know. We'll see. Monthly or quarterly on ES. Maybe we want to close up above this quarterly fair value gap this month. We got that S&T at the low. A similar inside candle there to NASDAQ. Technically gap to open, gap below. But that makes sense to rebalance this into the end of the week. We are starting to fail here. Um, we did displace here. And then just got rebalanced, but then we did go lower. But it is looking weak here to the downside. And now we're heading back up. After we've taken out this low, which made SMT. Making higher lows. Then we've got the same relative equal lows, just like NASDAQ. Find that same 4-hour gap here, the gap down there. Yeah, key level there, key level up here. Honestly, it's like, yeah, just think that we probably want to wait until this is taken out or this is taken out to start looking for a trade, I think. We suit this, great relative lows, great relative lows. So yeah. And we have a bunch of SMTs, and we won't figure that out. We're looking weak to the downside. So yeah, I mean, same lows, but we did get that manipulation low, which actually gives me conviction that we are going to take this out on NASDAQ. So even if these guys are stronger, it just seems like NASDAQ would want to deliver now since it's already showed a weakness here, delivered, and yes, did not deliver to that level. So yeah, I'd look for this to be taken first. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. Just look for this. For that SPY. SPY swept below these lows, holding the CE of that order block on the daily or on the weekly. Yeah. Holding the order block perfectly. So for now, it makes sense to at least retrace, just like on our time frame level. And then yeah, it came back down and respected the CE of the wick. It looks like, so that looks pretty bullish on SPY. Right. Smooth eyes. Yeah. Came down and tapped. Almost tapped this sort of block. But tapped this one, which is what matters. Looks like it looked perfectly nailed it. Respectfully there. So that looks pretty good. SPY is looking really good. And then on SPY, we actually did take out these smooth lows, which now makes me wonder if we have SMT now on at least these guys. So we came higher on this leg up, delivered lower, got to move up in ES, And then ES delivered lower here and made S&T with Qs. And so did Dow Jones, and so did Russell. Interesting. So yeah, I think NASDAQ does want us. That's the logical thing. So I think right now just looking for longs into these smooth highs makes sense. Alright. Actually, yeah, if we just look into that. This window. Alright. So yeah, maybe if we retraced, we just took out these smooth highs here on NASDAQ without ES and YM. So if NASDAQ comes deeper into these levels, then yeah, I think we could actually look for a long. But we'll see. I don't know if I'd even take it though, because it's just so tricky for me. It's price action. We just look at Friday's flows, even though it was OPEX. So so we consolidated here, calls puked, just doesn't make any sense, puts rose, and then calls came back up, and then we just rallied up, and puts were being sold, and then got immediately bought. Whereas Tide, both were falling lower with most of the volume oscillating between both. And then puts kept selling off while calls followed price. So that's pretty bullish to me. But then they hedged inputs and SPY with low volume though. Yeah, I think that's just a spoof order then. So from this, that's bullish. So that supports that idea. But we'll have to be cautious still using the flow. And then let's refresh this. Here's Dow Jones and Russell, bullish. Russell, puts being dumped and calls being dumped. This doesn't make any sense to me. Looks more bearish than bullish on Russell, but I don't know if we can trust it still. Because it was OPEX on Friday still. But yeah, I'll look at the I did daily expiries too. Qs, puts were rising, calls being sold, so it looked bearish into there, but then yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And then puts dumped and calls dumped. It looks like it's just following price, but this didn't make any sense. So yeah, I think we just need to look at the filters dates out. Maybe just the next 3 days of flow. So Q's looks very bearish for tomorrow. Yeah, Q's is looking bearish, so maybe, yeah, maybe if we deliver up to those highs, then we will get a short. And then for the next few days, not much flow. But let's just look. Good amount of flow for Friday, but it's nothing really there. And it is. If we get rid of Friday, yeah, for Q's at least. So Q's is bearish. Now let's look at SPY. SPY very bullish, but it does seem to just be following price. Well, as for if you add Friday in, it totally changes it. It's way more bearish looking. Puts rising, and then it rose, and it came way down. Calls coming in, and then calls got annihilated in that. I don't know, dude. It doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, just still, I think it's still just being a little tricky. IWM. Very bullish for Monday, and very bullish for Friday, and very bullish for Wednesday. Huh. Yeah, this is pretty obviously bullish. Interesting. So yeah, I think so far that's the the bias is to at least take these highs first on something. But yeah, let's look at YM. So YM bouncing off that unfilled weekly fair value gap, S&T failing below this low. So YM does look strong, even though it did go deeper just relative to that low. So yeah. Then we got S&T here. We held this 4-hour fair value gap still. And then if you move it after we did tap that, very clear that we're holding that. We got the same smooth highs. Actually, no. We just have a high. We just have a high up here. And this daily has been filled. This is the daily that got filled. 4-hour is still there. Almost completely filled. But I'd expect it to just be traded through now. But we'll see. just looks really strong coming off the slow. Expecting this 1 hour fair value gap. Dow Jones, classic sweep, holding the quarterly fair value gap. Yeah, classic sweep. Build this inefficiency, came down, took that low. Looks like he wants to take out the highs again at least. New opening gap. Yeah, new opening gap. Just a gap, I guess. So yeah, Dow Jones. So YM took out this low with NQ, and then it's holding this low versus NQ. So it looks like they're accumulating this or something. But then on the Dow Jones chart, or the stock index charts, all these smooth highs here had been already manipulated. So yeah, it makes sense that this came lower, and so did SPY. So it makes sense that we would bounce here. The funny thing is, Q's is being stronger. So I think if we get a pullback, yeah, it could make sense to still target these smooth highs on Q's. And then maybe a short back down below these equal lows. But it is pretty tricky without the flow being like super clear. And then Russell holding this higher time frame quarterly fair value gap still. On the monthly, it traded back down to, oh, we must have finally adjusted for the contracts. Alright, we're going to have to redo a lot of this. So the weekly, wait, yeah. There's the monthly there. So tapped into that. I don't know what the slurs for. I think it's vanilla. Weekly. Everybody was wrong. Okay, there's the weekly inefficiency. And it looks like this is so weird. It's like gotten rid of that one now. small inefficiency here. Another weekly. Alright, so we've already tapped into this. Swept out these lows, then bouncing. I think on the daily, this is the good one to watch for if we did come over. Bubbles. Yeah, we could come lower into this, and that might actually be a big bounce trade. Or just weaker. And so let's show this to you. Alright, there's the nest of daily that yeah, YM is like, or Russell's just come down and then bounce. There's nothing else to it. We can't even respect this. Looking pretty nice. Created some relative equal highs here. And just smooth highs, basically. So I've looked actually into there. See how this daily makes sense to deliver into at some point. We're gonna get up there. Yeah, just really smooth highs there. Classic. Alright, IWM. On the daily. Created smooth or relative equal lows. So that's why I was marking at that fair value gobble setup on the RTY. So we could easily come lower again. We soup these lows and then re-soup them the other way. So we could easily get another leg down, I think. Just based on IWM. Doesn't mean we could come easily up into here before that happens though. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, just looking at Russell, here was the low. Everyone got in their low there. Came up. Got YM SMT here. Now we headed lower. Now we're being really weak. So yeah, maybe we get that high in NASDAQ and then we get a short down to these lows here, which makes a lot of sense. So I think I'm gonna wait for my bias being long. So if some sort of long happens into these levels with SMT, then yeah, could get long into these highs on NASDAQ or ES or YM, and then look for possibly a short. So we'll have to see how the flows play out. dollar came way lower, and then now we've just been accumulating below this low. So maybe we're gonna get a little bounce and then move back lower. Gold. Just making higher highs, but now coming down. Silver. Whoa, silver coming way down. Well, it could just be reaccumulating to go back up. So yeah, not much there for me to look at. I haven't looked at treasuries in a while. So never took out those highs. Yeah, we kind of created smooth lows here, so maybe we'll come lower and then crazy head step flop or something. It's definitely a big pool of liquidity for with lows. So, anyways, yeah. So far, the idea of getting long makes sense, but yeah, I'd probably trade small. If we got a long setup inside of this, I'd trade it small and just wait for one of these ranges to get taken. I think this is the most obvious one to trade. So might not trade then, since the flows haven't really been clear yet. And just the S&T and stuff is just too confusing. But it does look bullish though. It does look like it would want at least to take these highs and then get another short. Russell looks like it wants these, and Nasdaq also does. So, but we'll see. We already have something here where Nasdaq is higher than these guys, so we'll see if they take those out or not. But that's just tricky. Everything is just hard to trade on. So, but we do have bullish SMT. We did get that manipulation in Nasdaq. That's pretty classic. And then like a weird one. That just doesn't make any sense because these are all doing different things. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for these highs to be taken or these lows, and then that'll give me some more flow data to look at. That's not skewed with the OPEX, so yeah, that's all I can think of. I'm not confident at all about. I think I could still take that long, but it would have to be a smaller size. Either way, I'm gonna trade small no matter what. But, yeah. But yeah, it looks like at least could be targeting both sides of the range, possibly. But if you look at these stock index charts, it just looks like, you know, we want to go up. Yeah, the Nasdaq relative strength here, or yeah, relative strength. Oh, we never did the S&P on this. But technically we should though, because the contracts didn't roll until this range. So I trust the futures lows here, which is where we got S&T with NASDAQ. And then I trust this because we came lower. Of course, we manipulated lower, which is classic. But then we failed to deliver here, which set up another short. But because now these guys came and took out the lows, basically on the contract roll day, I actually do trust this relative strength in Qs over the futures, which doesn't really have that. So, yeah, I think I do like longs. We just need a clear S&T long if we come lower, which might just mean Nasdaq's going to come deeper because we took out these highs without these guys. So I look for manipulation in Nasdaq. It's the only thing I can see. Yep, I think that summarizes it. Perfect. Alright, that's the plan. Adios.